Hello everyone! With patch 7.2, we have Maiev Shadowsong on the Broken Shore, who informs us that we need to rally a new champion to bolster our ranks, and mages, they're sent out to the Hall of the Guardian.
Archmage, we have a visitor. Please meet me in my private quarters.
This visitor is Aethas Sunreaver, once a member of the Council of Six who worked very hard on earning his people, the Sunreavers, a place within the city. During Mr. Pandaria, they were forced to work for Garrus Hellscream, use Dalaran to steal the Divine Bell, which led into the Purge of Dalaran, where the Horde was kicked out of the city by Jaina Proudmoore. With Legion, Khadgar took over leadership, and after the vote, the Council allowed Aethas and his people back into their city. He has come to our halls with dire news. Apparently the Legion has been able to sabotage Dalaran's weapons, and worse yet, the saboteur was from the Horde, one of his own Sunreavers. The corpse of the saboteur has been found with his soul drained, and there are those in the council who strongly opposed allowing him back into the Cadentor in the first place, and this gives them all the ammunition they need to lobby for their expulsion yet again. If that happens, our truce will shatter, and Azeroth will surely fall to the Legion. This means that we'll have to work together to get our weapons back up and running without the news of this sabotage spreading. Archmage Kalik is very knowledgeable about this sort of thing, and will most likely know what to do. Kalik tells us that Dalaran's weapons are arcane in origin, but it doesn't mean we can't try something different. Our Order's vault contains a vast store of magical devices. Perhaps there's anything that we can use. We pick up Erno's Enigma, a Twilight device, a coronet of the Luminiella, worn by the ancient High Elven kings, a crystallized Silliphid essence created from the blood of 1000 Silliphid magi, and finally we pick up the Nightborn Soulstone, which was used to imprison the Dreadlord Kafranatir during the Mage Order Hall campaign. It still pulses with Kafranatir's contained anger, and it may be our best hope to repower our weapons, if we can find a way to safely use it without Kafranatir escaping. If he were to get loose in Dalaran, that would be a very big problem, so we consult with Ari to see what modifications need to be done. Ari is very special, and I didn't talk about it during the Mage Order Hall campaign as it didn't flow with the overall story, but the information that we have on her is that she lived in the Halls of the Guardian since it was last in use. She was once one of the most powerful Archmagi on Azeroth and a member of the Council of Tirisfal. Unfortunately, her mind was badly damaged, and she has not left the Hall of the Guardians since. She also helped us with finding a book and creating an arcane destroyer. While her mind is still brilliant, it doesn't seem to always be there. She thinks the hall has become terribly noisy since the new Tirisgar arrived, and she much preferred to listen to my singing amongst the shadows. When we ask her of a way to safely use the Nightborn Soulstone, she recommends to find a very stubborn shield generator. Also, it must be of Nightborn origin for a harmonious marriage to be achieved, and it must be newly forged and still unattached. Anything else will simply result in disaster. Now, if the rumors are true, Aethas might be able to help. Supposedly, he has taken a rather striking Nightborn apprentice, which is quite scandalous, and we ask him to introduce us. She's currently keeping an eye on an enclave of Felborn resistance fighters who have sworn loyalty to the Legion. As the first Nightborn to join the Tirisguard, he is sure that she'll be eager to prove her skills.
I will open a portal to Arcanist Rihanna's location. One moment.
First thing we ask Rihanna is how exactly she met Aethas, and it's quite a tale. She came upon him in Telenor, caught in Harpy's bonds, without a stitch of clothing. Considering how Harpies reproduce, it's probably best that you found him. Now the Harpy was so busy arguing with a Banshee over who got to play with him first, that they did not notice her at all. He looked terribly uncomfortable, so Rihanna intervened, and the rest is history. Quite scandalous indeed, but we're not here for juicy romance novels, we're here to find a way on getting the Nightborn Soulstone to work. Rihanna is not certain where a new arcane shield generator can be found these days, since many of the cross people have been executed. She'll think on it, but we help her out with taking out a group of Felborn to teach them how it feels to be violently suppressed, but also taking care of Keymaster Aurilis. The Felborn insurgents appear to be guarding a teleporter pad, and on the body of Aurilis we find an unusual crystal etched with Nightborn runes, just the attuned crystal we need to use the teleporter. It takes us into Master Artificer Nyal's workshop, which has an extensive library of rare scrolls written by the Nightborn. Perhaps if we bring back such a treasure trove to the Tirisguard, they'll be more welcoming towards Rihanna and her kind. Nyal's skills in construct creation, they're unparalleled. It's quite a shame that he swore fealty to the Legion, so we'll have to destroy him, and with a bit of luck, he might even have a spare shield generator just sitting around.
How did you get in here? My research must remain secret. My research dies with me.
The shield generator we found, it's much more than it appears. Rihanna does not think her elders would approve of such advanced technology being shared with Outlanders. And yet, they do owe us their lives and their freedom, so we may use it with her blessing. But she does ask us if we can be discreet about its existence. Back at the halls of the Guardian, we show what we found to Ari, who notices that the generator is almost a sentient entity and is very eager for a job to do. It would be quite content to work with us, as the Archmages they combine their powers to infuse the Soul Stone with the generator. It could probably be used right now to channel Covenanteer's power, but Aethas wants to add another layer of protection just in case. At the Broker Shore, we siphon Fel energy from the bodies of slain Felborn, and we show them the might of the Tirisgard by taking care of the leader, Lady Remorza.
Safe.
Well done. Meet me near Lady Remorza's tower, and I will summon a portal.
Covenanteer is now powerless to stop us from harnessing his energy within the Nightborn Soulstone, and we're lucky that our allies have been able to keep the news of the sabotage from spreading. Now all that remains is to repair Dalaran's weapon, all the way at the top of the spire.
Safe trap.
Archmage, I was impressed to learn you captured the demon Covenanteer within the Nightborn Soulstone. Devising a containment shield that allows us to harness his powers safely was ingenious. The Soul Stone is in place. Use the arcane matrix to fire up the city's defenses.
With the Soul Stone in place, the city is able to defend itself once again, and it's quite poetic that one of its major threats, Covenanteer, responsible for the creation of the first Guardian, who was created to keep it safe from the Legion, that he now in turn is being used to keep the city safe from the Legion.
We must overcome the mistakes.
Though employing Covenanteer's prison to power Dalaran's defenses may not be a long-term solution, I am relieved that the demon's essence remains contained. Come, let us return to the Hall of the Guardian.
We must not forget that this is a temporary measure. We cannot rely on Covenanteer forever, but at least for the moment, Dalaran's teeth are sharpened once more.
The Dreadlords must
Superbly
fall.
done, Archmage. I never doubted your success. To the Archmage! To the Tirisgard!
The events of the past have long weighed heavily upon Aethas, and while he does not regret his actions, he does regret what happened, if only he could go back and change things. He hopes that in time, the Kirintor, indeed all of Azeroth, will better understand his loyalties, and in gratitude, he offers us his services and becomes our new champion. Now there is a second follower that joins the mages, the one, the only, the magnificent Akazamzarak.
Hey, Bob, I got a proposition for you.
Would you just look at this place? It's a right mess. Everywhere you look, there's just pile after pile of arcane dust. These poor seps, they don't realize what this stuff's worth. If we help the Goblin out with summoning up some brooms to collect this powdered gold, he will split the profits with us 80 to 20. This dust has a great use since, as we all know, Archmage Khadgar loves nothing more than to send his followers to stalk the good people of Azeroth. First, he tormented them during the Burning Crusade with a tour of Shefrev's city, which took way too long, and then during Legion, the bloody thing wouldn't leave us alone. There's gold to be made there, as Akazamzarak hands us a small crystal, which will summon forth a servant right out of thin air, and of course a few pounds of the dust to be swept up. We tried out on a few lucky adventurers hanging out in Dalaran.
Now we're talking. Just look at that thing go. Don't worry about our test subjects. I'm sure they're used to these things by now. That's enough testing, bud. I think it's time to start thinking about mass production. Swing back to the Hall of the Guardian, and I'll give you a little something for your troubles.
He is going to make a fortune. We're selling these new servers to Khadgar, and of course, he hasn't forgotten about our reward. Now you may think that a sack of gold would be a good reward for our troubles, but he's got something better in mind. He is going to teach us his very best trick.
All right. Now the first thing you gotta do is get yourself a hat with a pocket dimension portal inside. Then you just fill it with bunnies, and bam! Here, now you try. What the what now? Something's up with my rabbits. Oh, poor little guys. We gotta do something.
We tried to perform the trick, but we didn't exactly summon a whole rabbit, so something's going on in the hat. We jump in, which gives an incredible point of view to check out what's wrong.
All right, pal. Just poke around in there and see what's going on with the rabbits. How did a wolf get in there? Well, don't just stand around. Kill the thing. Phew. That was a close one. Rabbits don't come cheap, you know? Hang tight a sec. I'll get you out of there.
That's the last time that he'll order a crate of rabbits from Moonbrook, that's for sure, and the Goblin knows that he owes us. As a reward, we get his spare head, which allows us to perform dazzling tricks, and there seems to be good gold in hanging out with us, so Akazamzarak, he offers his services and joins us as our champion.
All right! I'll grab my stuff and we can ditch these stiffs. See you later, prestidigitator. Potato. Oh, forget it. So long, arch losers!
2 powerful allies recruited to our cause, and we have bolstered our strength against the Legion once more. That is how mages obtain the new champions, which means that we've reached the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time, guys, see ya!